This conference will now be recorded.
Code enforcement hearing September 1st, 2020. Pursuant to Executive Order Number 20-69, issued office of Governor Ron DeSantis on March 20th, 2020, municipalities may conduct meetings for their governing boards without having a quorum of its members present, but utilizing telephonic as provided by Section 20.545B statute. The agenda, the material for each item on the agenda, and a notice regarding the virtual meeting is available beginning and is available in the town clerk's office. Town has developed several new methods allowing virtual testimony and public comment. Any person may be heard by the special magistrate conference upon registering with you. Since this is a virtual meeting, as authorized by the Governor of the State of Florida, members of the public wish to address the body may testify. The Assistant Town Clerk will unmute the public that will provide testimony. The Assistant Town Clerk will also unmute once participating virtually to provide testimony. Persons who cannot access the meeting by teleconferencing use capabilities through its smart application. Call at 56732-25. Notify Town Hall staff of their public. Town Hall staff will notify the Town Clerk the public comment options established in the meeting by Section 1.4, Section 154 statute. Public that is physically present for the meeting provide testimony on it. Town of Ocean Ridge requirement urges the public to practice. All chairs within Town Hall have been measured to no touch hand station, sanitizer station have been placed next to podiums as well as next to the hall. It's for virtual meetings. Try to use one device. Do not attend the meeting by trying both the computer and the telephone as you will experience back. Will not be use your phone. You are attending by telephone or computer. Those that do not mute their phones must do not unmute yourself. You are attending by GoToMeeting station or computer. Do not unmute. The Town Clerk will unmute person. Information in the chat box is public. All Town Halls experiencing 5-6.
Okay, as you said, this is September 1st, Town of Ocean Ridge Special Magistrate hearing. My name is Amity Barnard. I'll be the Special Magistrate for today's hearing. There are some familiar faces in the crowd, but it looks like on today's agenda it's a violation hearing. So essentially the process is going to be for each case, when the town attorney calls your case and reads it into the record, you can approach the podium. Town will put on its evidence first, call any witnesses they have. You will then get a chance to provide any testimony, call any witnesses you have, cross-examine any of the town's witnesses, and essentially speak anything into the record that you would like for me to hear. This is a quasi-judicial hearing. Formal rules of evidence do not apply. However, all testimony given today will be given under oath, so I'll swear each of you in as the cases are called. With that, first item on today's agenda is adoption of the August 4th minutes. I reviewed them and hereby adopt them. And I'll turn it over to the town to proceed with the cases.
Okay, thank you, Special Magistrate. If we can, I would like to modify the agenda, if I may, because I need to add a case, but I also need you to continue a couple of cases. B, violation hearing case number 2020-004. The town would like to continue that to a date certain of October the 6th at 10 a.m., as well as item C, case number 2020-005. The town would like to continue that hearing to a date certain of October the 6th at 10 a.m. The town would also like to add to the agenda, and we had missed this on the agenda, you had previously had an order finding violation regarding case 2020-006, and I will give you the file in just a moment. This is 101 Bonita Drive regarding a roofing issue. And you had, the respondent was, or the petitioner, or the respondent was supposed to come into compliance on August 31st, and he was supposed to be here on September 1, which the attorney is here, Mr. McCormick, is here. So what we would like to do is, regarding that case, is to extend, well, if I can, let me just ask you procedurally, how do you want me to do it? Do you want to just add it, then we'll get into the facts of the case?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, so I would like to add case number 2020-006 to the hearing for a possible extension of that case. And that is 101 Bonita Drive.
And then which, or do you want to hear B and C first, or?
Well, on B and C, if we can, is there a way that we can just, I'm moving that we just remove that those two cases be continued to a date certain of October the 6th at 10 a.m.
Are the respondents present either in person or by phone and in agreement with this?
They are in agreement. Both the attorneys, I've spoken with the attorneys, and I think it was with the representative on Inlet Plaza, and they are both in agreement.
And the gentleman, I think one of them is in the back, right? So
you're okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I figured somebody would be objecting to.
Okay. So in case 2020-004, I will grant the town's requested order, which is unopposed by both respondent and respondent's counsel. This matter, violation here October 6th. In case 2020-005, also grant your request to continue this to October 6th, 2020, out of opposition.
And then if we can, if we could hear case 2020-006, I think Mr. McCormick to leave for another appointment. And if I may, Your Honor, approach and give you here is the file, and you'll see the order in folder, which required him to comply with those two code sections, and I know our building official, Mr. Guy, is here, and he has not had a chance to go out and review the work that was done, and that is the reason that we are requesting the extension. And the extension that we're requesting, because Mr. McCormick has a conflict on October the 6th, what we would be requesting is the compliance be achieved by October the 15th, and if necessary, the respondent appear on November 3rd at 10 a.m. For the fine assessment. Because you've already found the violation, we're hoping that all of this will be taken care of well before then. Seems like, it's my understanding, Mr. McCormick can probably enlighten you, but I think they've done some of the work, so.
Okay, before we get into it, take your name for the record, I guess.
Michael McCormick.
Thank you. And you have actual notice of today's hearing. You obviously appeared. I recall you being here at the violation. So, do you have any objection to the town's recommendation? Can you provide me a basically status update of the progress on the property?
Of course. First, no, I don't have any objection. I spoke to Mr. Sheff prior to the hearing, kind of worked this out as well as Mr. Guy, and I believe third person was
Town manager, Ms. Stevens.
Town manager, hello again, sorry, from the back, I'm saying. Spoke to the town manager, and I do appreciate everybody kind of coming together to really help me out here on this and help my client out on this. But that was the decision we arrived at. I showed all of them the pictures. The roof had actually been fixed. It just needed because apparently tile colors, the original roof, are some peculiar colors, so now that's going to be done. I received an email this morning from my client stating, go to the roofer, and that will be fixed in a week, assuming it stops raining like it has been the last 2 days. I spoke to Mr. Guy. He informed us that we need to have the roofer speak to him to make sure we're up to code, if there's anything that needs to be, anything additional, and then the town manager expressed that we may have to do an after the fact permit. But again, all of that will be resolved once the roofer speaks to Mr. Guy. That's my understanding.
Okay, and the town attorney's recommendation is to require compliance by 10/15. Is that, I can satisfy?
Yes, that feels fair.
Right, and is the town seeking continuation of this $100 a day bond, non-compliance?
Yes.
Okay, do you have anything else for me, sir?
I believe that is all.
Nobody's on the phone. Okay, in case, anything further from the town?
No.
Case 2020-006, added to the agenda as a hearing case. I will find that respondents had actual notice of today's hearing, so I'll find so, I will find and grant the town's request, I'll establish a new compliance date, October 15th, 2020, or if compliance is not achieved, $100 per day fine, and require appearance at the fine assessment hearing. The town seeking administrative costs for today's hearing?
No, Your Honor, we are not.
Okay. And sir, you will get an order reflecting that in the.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Your Honor.
And now I think we're ready to move forward to, case, item D on the agenda, case 2020-012, PEG Homes LLC. I don't know if there's anyone, there doesn't look like there is, the respondent or a representative is here regarding that case. So if, Your Honor, if you want to swear in, I guess, the witness, then we will, we can proceed forward.
Sure thing. Anyone who's going to be speaking on behalf of this item, could you please raise your right hand for me? For the public, truth and nothing but. Thank you.
Okay, Your Honor, I will very quickly just, point out a couple of things here, and then I will turn it over to our building official, Mr. Guy, and he can kind of go through this and go through some of the issues. You may not, I don't know if you remember this or not, but last year there was a issue that we had with the property as far as the grade of the property and then the swells and sodding them or seeding them. You entered an order, and I'm not sure, were they, I guess, Kathy, were they in compliance with that order, or is there a fine running, or do we know? Okay, and so we closed the case. Okay. And I guess the other question I forgot to ask, is there anyone on the phone or anything or the computer regarding this? Okay. Okay, Your Honor, I think I can, I would like to give you, even though that case was closed, that has some background information, I would like to still enter that into the record, along with a letter that they had given the town dated December the 19th, 2019. I may approach and I'll give, let me see, do you need this file to talk about it, or do you, I'll let you, hang on to that.
I have one, Brian.
Now, the items that, that we are, or the reason that they're here in front of us today is basically, and let me just go ahead and give you the file here. I would like to enter that into the record for case number, let's see, 2020-012. And there are two violations. And I just kind of want to point out something, and once again, Mr. Guy can explain this, but the town's code in 67-136C, as well as in 67-174C and D, provide for seeding or sodding of the lot or in the swell area. And I think what Mr. Guy will mention is that they've attempted to seed. That has not worked. So what the town's position is that in accordance with the code, appropriate grass or ground cover has not been provided. And so therefore we need to have them comply with that. And I think we're looking to have them sod that, but they need to come into compliance, and I'm not sure if they've attempted to seed it and the seed is just not taking, then they will need to take other measures. But with that said, and I think there are some pictures also in the file that Mr. Guy can explain, I will just go ahead and turn that over to Mr. Guy now, and he can explain, I guess, the nature of the violations.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. So this case, 2020 -012 is an extension of a previous case, as Mr. Schutt had mentioned, which is 2019-010. The owner was attempting to fill the lot and actually was cited for work without permit, which was the first violation. So they did come into compliance by actually having a permit issued for that work. However, since the permit has been issued, they still have not abided by the terms of that permit, which is actually to provide cover. Mr. Roch, Harry Roch, I've personally spoken with him, and I personally met him on the site a month ago, and he had said he would go ahead and sod the areas that did not grow in, and he would go ahead and sod the swale area, which they actually did work on. They had to re-level so that, whatever was there was removed. And that still has not been done as of 3 p.m. yesterday when I visited the location. This is a very delicate area of our ecosystem. The town engineers have actually met him and given him quite a few reports. As you can see, there's an extensive list there. A report was done on 5/12, 5/19, 5/26, 6/25, 7/7, 7/10, 8/4, and 8/25. And all of these are basically saying, please sod, please sod the site, please replace the cover. What's happening is that water is settling on the area. It's running into areas that it's not supposed to go. It is affecting adjacent lots, and it's a desperate situation with regards to drainage. And also, the previous violation included an illegal drain that was tied in, and that drain is actually still present at that location. So the owner has not abided by the rules of the permit that he has applied for, which is the basically summary of why we're presenting cases.
Okay, thank you, sir. So you're speaking of the area that's sort of immediately adjacent to the street, the right of way?
Well, both areas. The actual upland area of that site, there are areas of it that they attempted to seed, but only some areas actually did grow some form of cover. Over 50% is still bare, and that needs to be covered. And again, I'll just reiterate that the owner has realized since at least November of last year that sod is required and that he did present a letter stating that he would have sodded the area, and to date it still has not been.
Would he agree in November that he would submit a letter to the town with sod the area?
No, there's a letter, that's the one that Mr. Schutt just brought to you.
Yeah, I did
On
provide you with
December
the
9th
dated December.
of last year, he said he would sod the area, and it still has not been done.
And did we have any communication with the respondent prior to today's hearing? Do we expecting him to appear?
I have not had any information or any contact with him. I don't know, I guess, and town staff is likewise have not.
And so I understand that, that it's a violation of a permit condition, but sitting here today is that it just not.
Both.
I'll find, record the respondent is not present. I will enter into evidence as requested by the town of certificate files. And what is the town?
Okay, how much time, and I know how much time do we give property owner to come into compliance, which would mean either the seeded grass miraculously grows to a substantial amount or they sod the area? Is there a, 2 weeks? I know this has been going on for a while. Are we looking, say, at the, I don't know, have you had discussions with the respondent on when we're looking at, because I think we previously given him until August the 28th to come into compliance, and it's my understanding, Mr. Guy, from you, that nothing has changed.
That is correct. I did speak with him on the 10th of August, and at that time he said he would apply sod. Still has not been done. It does not take a very long time to apply sod, so if we gave him 2 weeks, that would be more than generous.
Okay, so if we gave him till I don't know, September the 15th, that would be enough time?
Yes.
Okay, and then felling, that if he fails to do that, your recommendation be $100 a day fine for failing to comply? Are we looking $150 a day?
If I was supposed to suggest a number, I'd say $250.
Okay. Okay, well, it's whatever, okay. So our recommendation, Special Magistrate, is compliance by September the 15th, failing to comply, which means, and compliance is the sodding, or the, and I know our code says, with the ground cover there, so I don't know if within 2 weeks the seeding that he has put in there, if that will take, but otherwise that he would need to apply, that have it appropriately sodded or seeded by September the 15th, and that is the lot and the swell area. Now, is it also the swell area? Is the swell, does he have to do any grading or anything on that, or no, he just has to, because we're talking about sodding here, but does he have to do any other work before he's able to put the sod down?
Yes, some more grading needs to be done at the swale area.
Okay. So then that would also have to be done in order for the sod to be appropriately placed. Failure to do that by September the 15th, our recommendation is a $50 a day fine. And then we also have in the exhibits, Your Honor, the cost recovery calculation that we would like the $720.20 It's to be paid by September the 15th as well.
That's my only concern, and I'll put, if there's additional grading work to be done, or you're intending to bring it back on October 6th, fine, assessment. Would the town be amenable to giving some additional time? My fear is that in order for the respondent who's not here today to actually get you my order, and according to grading, not a lot of additional time, but perhaps just
Would Your Honor, in order to accommodate that, would September the 25th, would that be okay? Yes, I'm getting a nod from, just so the record is clear, from the town manager and the building official, so it's not just me. I'm getting the nod that yes, September the 25th would be, appropriate here.
and I appreciate that. I'm sure because we're fine. Adequate. Further on this?
No, Your Honor.
Letter from PB, what exhibit number are you in?
If we can, is that the December the 19th letter?
Yeah.
If that can just be added on to, if that can be exhibit number 12 for today's hearing.
I will, do that as part of the evidentiary case file after a town visit. On the next, from the, in case 2020-01, I found that the respondent, the photographs in the town case file clearly indicate violation of both 7-1 or C and -174. Areas which not taken care and not crashed at the time. I will require the respondent to comply by planting, laying down sod, or treating in such a manner that grass takes on or before. And the respondent does not comply by this. That's the finding of our appearance. So, cost. Give me that number again.
That is $720.20, and it's okay if they pay that as well on September.
Administrative cost for today's hearing is amount of
I think that is all, Your Honor.